All right, Shalom Yasharallah. Before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back another video, another lesson. And this is going to be a response to the IUIC incident in Kenya. Okay? If you haven't been up to speed with everything, with everything happening, IUIC went to Kenya, all right, and they were, if you want to say, attacked, right, by a was it tear gas or smoke? It was a smoke, I think it was smoke bombs, all right, and I'll play the video. A lot of, the elders did videos to it. I think the Elder Apostle Tahar did a video. I watched the Elder Karak Zaba video, Elder Apostle Gabar did a video. I'm pretty sure other brothers will do videos as well, but I'll play the intro for you so you can see what happened. Just from the Elder Karak Zaba, he's the head of the great here in Great Millstone, Baltimore. All right, his title was IUIC putting boots on the ground just to get chased, and use the Messiah's example. All right, let's listen in. Holy Bible Defenders is his one of his channels. Subscribe and be edified. Let's get into it.
King Solomon. What color was King Solomon? What color was King Solomon? Was King Solomon a sinner? Or was King Solomon black? I'm going right there. You right there. What color was King Solomon? Look at you. Some of you can't even speak, you know why? Because you've been taught lies all your life in these Christian churches. It's time to run the hell out of these churches. They're teaching you lies. What color is King Solomon? The book of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I'm going.
As you see, they're getting told by the Kenya police, they gotta leave. They came out there with guns and stuff like that. All right, which, just because you're not in America doesn't mean, you don't have to listen to, the authorities. All right, and especially if you're not in America. If you go somewhere and don't forget these other countries, these other people that live in these countries, they hate Americans. They hate us. All right. They don't like us for nothing. Especially you so-called black people. All right. You see, they try to stand there, trying to stand up, but what does the scripture say? Let's get one real quick. All right. If he asks you to leave, you're supposed to leave. Right or wrong. This is Romans 13:1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but." All right. So let me read it again. "For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of God, the Most High Yahweh. and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. All right. So if you're resisting, you're resisting the Most High. Okay. Especially in another, like I said, another country, you should just leave. If they ask you to leave, you pack up, go somewhere, or go somewhere else. Maybe go to a park. You know, don't you go to another country, y'all go, and they do this a lot. They go to other countries. They go to Cameroon, and they love Africa. You never see them go to Israel. You don't see them going to Russia or China or North Korea because they're gonna get locked up on the spot. And really the ministry is more focused in America because of the majority of the tribes are here. Now it does say we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but majority of Israel is here in America. This is where the great deliverance is going to take place, which we'll get into.
Documents required.
You can watch the rest. All right, out of this video. Okay, bring on some edification. All right, but that was really there's really no need to go to other countries and preach the word because we have the internet for that. That's why the Lord has the internet for that. Let's get Psalms real quick. 19:2. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19. I start at verse 1. It says, a psalm of David, right? It said to the chief musician, a psalm of David. It said, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament show of his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Let's read that again. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Right? Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them, it says, in them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. And you can go, I'll read verse 5. Where it says, which is a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. You see? So that line, which is the the internet, okay, they call it the unicorn, which goes throughout the whole, goes throughout the whole world. So those who are Kenya, if they're of the elect out there, they can get on the internet and look at the videos, and it'll go on from there. There's no reason to get on jets and trains and boats to go to another country and preach the word. Where you're really supposed to be preaching, it really is in America, because that's where all the tribes are, like I said. Right? Let's get another one. Let's get Romans 10. All right. Romans 10 and 18. It says, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. Now, how does that happen? The internet. You see, that's how the words go into all the earth. You got, the elders, the apostles, bishops, and elders. They haven't left America. You got brothers in Italy, all right, England, Germany, right. You got it's a brother in Tanzania, brother in Canada, brothers in Canada. You see that? You got brothers. There's other people who are not in GMS, but there was a video of I don't know where they were, but they were out preaching. You know, it probably was in the Philippines somewhere. You know, you got brothers in Mexico. You know, the islands, Hawaii, brothers all over. You know, and have had the apostles left. No, America, no, they haven't. You see, that's the way of the internet. That's how that works. Let's get Isaiah 30. This is gonna be a short response too. It's not gonna be nothing long. Isaiah 30 and 20. Also at 18 it says, and therefore will the Lord Yahweh wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord Yahweh, that's his name. All right, the Lord in all caps is the Most High's name, which is Yahweh, and then his son's name is Yahweh Shai. It says, for the Lord Yahweh is a power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. You see? And teachers are who? The prophets, you know, the men of the Lord out in the street corners preaching the word. In America. All right, not getting on planes and jets and going to, across the world to wherever, to get the message across. We don't have to do that. That's why, like I said, the Lord created the internet. YouTube is the main way. I think this word really got out there. The way of YouTube. When the apostles came on, they just uploading videos. Part 1, 2, 3, part 30, 40, 50. Okay? All types of edification coming out. And that's how, this truth exploded. So, let's get Micah 4 and 10. Yep. It says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, which is Jerusalem, Israel, and thou shalt dwell in the field. The field is the world. And thou shalt go even to Babylon. What is Babylon? Babylon is America. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. You see, this is there shalt thou be delivered. We're going to be delivered from America, Babylon the Great, and all 12 tribes. The majority of the tribes are here in America. This is where the preaching is. This is where where they're going to hear the words of the Lord. Okay, from the men who are out on the street corners preaching and teaching. You see, let's get. It was no one I was thinking of. Let's get this one. This is Jeremiah 3 and 18. It says, in those days, the house of Judah, what is the house of Judah? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, shall walk with the house of Israel, which is the Native Americans and, so-called Latinos. And they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. What's the land of the north? The land of the north is America, Babylon the Great. You see? Let's get another one. Another one in Jeremiah is at 16. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. See, the land of the north is America once again. You see, let's get Zechariah. It's one of the other ones I had. Okay, 2:6. It says, "Ho ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory." So I can read it again. "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye." You see, so it's clear that the children of Israel are going to dwell in the land of the north. Which like I said, we are scattered abroad, but majority of the tribes are here in America. You see that? So there's no need to go to, Spain and Kenya, Cameroon. I believe I had a video. They going to Cameroon. Which way? I think I deleted it. But yeah, going to Cameroon and stuff. For what? The preaching needs to be here in America. This is the valley of dry bones. Salakia. This is the valley of dry bones here. Right? Let's get Revelation 11. In verse 8, it says, it reads, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city." Right? What is the dead bodies? The dead bodies are the Israelites. Okay, the great city is America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Let's see what precept come up. See that? Ezekiel 37:11 comes up. Ezekiel 37 is the prophecy of the valley of the dry bones. You see, this is where the preaching is supposed to be. This is where the preaching is supposed to be held at. It says, "Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts." You see, so the valley of dry bones are the Israelites. Okay, and the valley is America. The dry bones are Israel. So this is where the preaching is supposed to take place. Let's get this one, Matthew 23, real quick. Where is it at? Yeah, Matthew 23. Okay, listen to this. Matthew 23:15. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves." You see, so you compass sea and land, which a proselyte is a newcomer, right? Proselyte, a newcomer, a stranger, alien, a proselyte, one who has come over from a Gentile religion to Judaism, which we don't practice Judaism. Down here it says a convert, okay? But we don't practice Judaism. Okay, you may have a Israelite who was practicing, like we were in Christianity, then we crossed over to being an Israelite. Well, we were converted to being an Israelite. We woke up to being who we truly were, or truly are. So we were once proselytes. We're newcomers. You see that? But there's no need to get on boats and planes, to go to another country and preach the word. Where the preaching of the word should be taking place in America, man. So I just want to make a quick response to that. You can go watch the rest of this video, the elder video, and this, the elder Apostle Bar, and other brothers did responses as well. So this was edifying. All right, and you got something out of it. We don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, the teacher and well. Peace and salutations to those for elect. Those who is edified, to the next video I'm going to say, Shalom.